Value This with Dr. Lori. Dr. Lori, why am I holding lanterns?
Well, because lanterns are among some of the most popular collectibles for the history of coal mines, particularly in Pennsylvania. And it's amazing. You know, our hostess has been so lovely and wonderful to let us come into her home and here in Bucks County and to be able to look at all the wonderful collectibles she has. So when I saw the lanterns, I said, we got to talk lanterns.
What are they even used for, really? And what would fuel them? What would give them light?
Okay, so this is portable light. Okay, so this is portable light in the middle part of the 19th century until about the middle part of the 20th century. So what you've got here is a fuel source. So, and then you have a wick, and then you light the wick, and then the fuel source, the oil, basically burns. And that's how they work. So the color of these, this is a typical Dietz lantern. And the whole thing about lanterns generally is let's make sure that you have all of the original parts. You know, we want all our original parts, our knees, our elbows, our this or that. But the same thing with the lanterns.
Okay, to know that you do, I guess you go by a consistent level of rust or whatever.
That's a good way to do it. That's one way to do it. Also, they are usually marked. They are usually marked. So it says it's a Dietz, it's an Air Pilot, it's a Dietz Air Pilot top, it's a Dietz Air Pilot font, it's a Dietz Air Pilot.
So do you want a Dietz lantern if you don't see a Dietz lantern, keep moving?
No, it's just that Dietz is one of the brand names. It's kind of like, you know, Nestle's chocolate or Hershey's or whatever it might be. It's just that it's a brand name. You don't have to keep moving. There will be different ones, but they date all the way back. Like you have this one, which is a signal lantern. This particular lantern also used, again, railways and such. This one has a patent date here of January 28th, 1897.
Okay, so that's the patent date.
Right, that's not the date it was made.
Right, this could have been made 40 years later.
You bet, on the same patent. That's
okay.
Right. Using the same guidelines, the same...
How does that change the value since it's probably not the first one that went off the assembly line and it could be 20 years newer than
the first one probably wouldn't have a patent date on it,
okay,
right? Because the patent would be applied for.
Okay.
So they're usually earlier if they say patent applied for. So there's a trick for you, right?
This one to me does not look like it's in great shape.
That's right.
And so is this worth anything?
It's not worth as much as this one, which is in great shape, even though they're two different types. So that one's worth about $150.
Wow.
And this one's worth about $300.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this one from England.
Now that one from England is different, and this one would actually has a hook on the back, so it would be attached to the wall, right? You notice how it's nice and straight there? So that would actually sit on a wall, and you could walk around, so it could be portable as well as stationary. Value on this one is probably about $200 too.
Okay, now what would the fuel source be here? Because it's got all these holes in the bottom.
Okay, so the same type of thing. You're still going to have that lantern. See, you have to have a situation where you can have the fuel source, which could be attached at the bottom.
All right,
now,
so does this not have all the parts?
No, it comes up on the top. So you take this top off, and that's where the wick sits. So the wick sits here at the bottom on this type.
Okay.
This type is different. So this is what you start to learn. You start to learn how they're different. And we've got a lot of them to work with. They're also in different colors of actually the globe here, or the glass portion. There's green, there's red. We all know what green and red means when we're talking about those
That could be
types of
an early stop sign. I mean, what is that thing?
Exactly. That thing is basically a signal lantern. So it would tell one train to go and one train to stop. So a signal lantern, and then that would be, of course, done by, and you can see the stationary base.
Yes.
Right? So that would be done by the engineers or the conductors on the train. This one could be utilized in a barn too, but mainly these are used on railroads.
Okay.
And then the colors mean something. The colors go along with what we're trying to have something take place. You'll also see here that the colors mean something if the clear glass is red or green or another color. So a lot of collectors look for the different colored glass.
Which is the most valuable?
Oh, the most valuable is going to be the one that's most closest to original.
What do you do with when you're offered something like this?
If it's free, take it. How hard is this? If it's free, take it, right? Because you're thinking to yourself, okay, I might be able to get somebody interested in it. And there's a whole world of people who are interested in them. But if you're saying to yourself, okay, I don't want to have a million of these free things hanging around, right? You want to make sure that it is all in the same, all original parts, and the unique styles will be worth a little bit more. The thing about a piece like this in good condition would command more money if it were in better condition because it's in a unique form.
Okay, great. You don't have to buy batteries. You can just, carry your old wick and
That's right.
and oil, and there you go.
There you go.
You got your flashlight.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Dr. Lori, thank you so
Sure.
much. I'm sure you've got more information on your website about lanterns.
We do at drloriv.com, or if you have a picture and you want to say, I want you to look at my lantern, Dr. Lori, for an upcoming episode of Value This with Dr. Lori. The other thing, remember, you want to paint it, put the paintbrush away. Don't paint it.
Boy, I'm painting all the time. It's awful.
I know.
Not just the painting I'm doing. Dr. Lori, thank you so much. Let's shed light on more antique things, and we'll do that in upcoming episodes of Value This with Dr. Lori.